This is Marcy Penner with another Project Life video for you in the Project Life video series at 2 Peas in a Bucket. And I'm going to go ahead and start with what coincidentally is my challenge for the week. It also happens to be my first photo. So I had this photo of my son. He wanted me to take photos of him on the trampoline, jumping and doing different poses, and I was all set to do something. Well, actually I was going to use this, a fun little sticker from Basic Gray, and write on here and embellish in here, and then on that same well, actually on a different sheet, nope, I lied, it is the same one. I found this sticker that says Flying Ace, and I thought that that would go very well with the photo I had. Now this set is a boy themed sticker sheet, so it has like some school things, it has some toy things, rock stars, stuff like that. And in my mind, this would not be a sticker that, you know, I would probably use it more for a travel theme or a baby boy type thing or something like that. So, but it went very well with this photo. So I thought I would take that and use that as my challenge today, which will be to take a themed embellishment. So whether you are unpacking a Christmas order and you want to dig into that, but you don't really have Christmas stuff yet, or a birthday item, anything that is not maybe specific to the theme that you're doing, I want you to take it and make it work for what you're doing. So I used a, yeah, kind of a baby boy travel type item on this one, and that is going to be the basis for my challenge today. So these three remaining top pockets are going to represent my youngest's birthday. So these three are going to go together. I have two full 4x6 sized photos, and then I have one small 3x4 photo, which I printed in black and white because my floor is a wood floor that has kind of an orangish stain on it. My table is also pretty much like the same, so it was just so much orange, and it really was not great that way. So to make it work for what I was doing, I changed it to black and white. So that's the story behind that anyway. So because these three go together, I'm going to take and I'm going to do my journaling on one, and I'm going to embellish another, and then this one I'm just going to leave just because it's a really cute photo all by itself. Okay, so for this one I'm going to have to take and I'm going to back it with an index card so it stays in one piece. But what I have right now is I have a small star pattern from, let's see, I wrote it on the back. I think it's Polka Dot Party, yes. Dear Lizzie, Polka Dot Party. So I'm going to stick those on a sheet together, and I have a color wash watercolor tag from Pink Paisley, and I'm scared of actually wrecking it, so I'm just going to leave it white. And if you don't have these tags and want to do that yourself, you could just cut this out of a Cameo. That would be no problem there. So I'm going to layer a little text birthday, I don't know, advertisement type thing from October Afternoon Miscellany. And I think I'm going to use that for my background so that the text will stand out a little bit more. So I'll trim that down yet. I'll do it here so I have more of the pink on there. And again, this would be another thing that, I mean, this is birthday party related, and I am using it for a birthday party, but something like that would be great to use for the challenge as well. Like if it's, you know, just not birthday party themed, but you can make it work, then that would go for the challenge as well. And I have a party day tab from October Afternoon I'm going to stick behind there. And I really wish I could remember where this is from. I know it's a new item, and I had it loose in something like this. I often take packaging that doesn't really reseal, and I put them in jars, and that's where I found this. I found this in one of my containers, and I wish I could remember who it's from. I'm guessing Basic Gray, but I'm not really sure, and I'm hoping I can find that out for you later. But so I'm going to glue these down, And like I said, I'm spacing out my instead of embellishing on all 3 of these, I'm going to go heavily on this one. And then that's just going to kind of be all that I need for that. So this I'll glue on once I have my 2 down, and I'm going to add a star clip. Now I'm either going to do it across this whole edge or just on the tag. I think I'll do the whole edge. And these are the star clips that are available in many, many colors from the 2P's exclusive items. Okay, so that's that. I'll trim off this top first. And like I said, I wish I would feel brave enough to watercolor that tag, but I'm just not wanting to screw up this video too much for you guys today. So I'll leave that for another time. Okay. Now this one is a photo that was taken on the same day and has a lot of space on this side. When I composed my shot, if you do the rule of thirds, I made his face at one of the intersecting points. So what that does is that gives me a lot of room here if I want to journal or embellish. So I have a tag from Basic Gray again. And I'm just going to take this little stick comes with it, and I'm just going to take that off and just use that as is. It says Party On Dude. And again, another example of something that is not intended for a birthday, perhaps. I think it was in the knee-highs and bow ties set. But I just thought it worked with party, even though it's not intended to be like birthday party, air quotes. But yeah, so another example of using something in a way that it wasn't intended to be used for. So kind of running with that theme today. So I'm just going to glue this flag on here and this tag so I can journal on here, and I'll probably just stitch that down and maybe add some enamel dots and stars when I'm done my sewing. Okay, you can tell I'm not too super worried about color yet. I do have the same kind of greeny blue going on. Once this is all together, you'll kind of see what I pulled from color and what I didn't. This is just a random feather that my kids found, and what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm just going to be leaving it in a clear pocket. So on the page prior, you'll just see a leaf in the pocket, and on this page so that won't be backed with anything. The very, very odd selfie I take. I'm trying to get a photo of myself in here somewhere. Yesterday I had a new box of product show up at my door, and I was hoping it would come in time for this video because along with a birthday I'm also doing this school first day back at school thing, and I had ordered a lot of the Simple Stories school line, so I'm very happy it came in yesterday. When I was planning out my spread, I had photos everywhere except and memorabilia, except I didn't have anything for this pocket. And one of the papers that I ordered is comprised of a whole bunch of these 3x4 cards that you can just cut apart. So I picked this one. It's time to go back to school, which right now doesn't make any sense, but once I get this whole bottom half going, it will tie into that. So I'll just add some more random photos here. Okay, this photo is super random. My boy is pushing my husband around on a wagon because why not? And then this one is a little out of order. The bottom will be my daughter's first day of high school, and this is actually on her way home at the end of the day. So I took a October afternoon label and I just typed on it, and I'm going to have it here at the bottom because I have, again, a lot of space that I can work with there. And I'm just going to cut off the remainder that sticks past. And probably what I'll do again is I'll just add some enamel dots. And same with this photo here. Oftentimes when I have a photo that takes up the whole 3x4 space, either I'll leave it totally alone like this one, and again I do that for the 4x6s too. I'll leave one totally alone. I'm okay with that. And if I do have something to say, I'll just put it on a little label and maybe do, you know, like the enamel dot or whatever, just a tiny bit of embellishing. But so I'll come back, I'll hand journal on this one and just add probably a little bit. It doesn't need a big story. Okay, back to birthday. I try to keep, this obviously fits great in a 3x4 pocket, and I didn't want to take up a 4x6 pocket for this alone. So what I try to do at least is to have them touching somehow if they have to be on separate rows, if that makes sense. So this bottom will be school. This one is school as well, and it goes with these here. This one's not going to be school, so I'm not putting it, say, over here. I at least want to have it touching something relating to it, even if it's in a different row. So this one goes with these, this one goes with these, and by coincidence it's a mirror. So I have these three being one event and these three being one event, and then they each have one here. I don't know, that was a long story for probably something that didn't need to be too long. I make my kids wear funny hats on their birthdays. It's back to the birthday here. This is a little character from one of the kids' apps that they're enjoying right now. So I just kind of paper pieced him together. And I took a piece of ledger paper from Echo Park, and I placed him on where I wanted him and just traced along the edge so that when I ran it through the typewriter, I wasn't going to be typing anywhere where anywhere that was going to be covered. So this was, it doubled as my son's hat, and it was also wrapped around his gift, so part of his packaging. So it's a little tradition that we do, so I wanted to make sure to include that there. A bit of ephemera for this week. I have a Filofax obsession, and I have the card from a new Filofax. So I wanted to find a piece of paper with little hearts, and so I found this paper from Cut and Paste from Amy Tangerine. And so I just wanted that to show a little bit behind it. And I just typed a little bit of journaling on a white piece of paper. And originally I was going to put it here and maybe do, you know, like a ribbon or something holding it down, but I think I'm just going to actually, I'm just going to actually cover those circles. Those little hole punched circles. And then I'll come back and probably date that. And then along with that, I have, I took my Filofax for a walk. Is that weird? Yeah, it's weird. I do. It was brand new, and it was, you know, I didn't want to be apart from it quite yet. So, I have, so that photo, and it fits pretty nicely behind one of the crate chipboard frames. So I'm just going to use that. Actually, maybe we'll move it down a little bit. It'll be a very sad day when I run out of these frames. Okay, so I'm just going to trim off the excess. And then I have a journaling card from the Midnight Collection that I'm going to use that says, remember this. And I just added some journaling at the bottom already. And I think I'm going to see, I know it's just a little portion of that flag that's missing, and probably what's going to happen is it's going to flip up and not even go past that, but I'm going to try. I'll just chop a hole in the middle and cut nicely along the bottom of the flag. Okay, and then I'm just going to tuck that in a little bit. And what that does is it just kind of makes it not look like it's floating. It's kind of adds a little layer to it. And then I'm just going to take this little memo from October afternoon 9 to 5. And I think I'm just going to layer that here, and then I will add my date at the bottom. So that one is done. Okay, so now we're moving on to some of the school themed ones. It so happened that the first day of school was like exactly on the day of my son's birthday, so most of this spread is actually even just from one day, which doesn't bother me at all. But okay, so I have a piece of chalkboard pattern paper from, I think, Simple Stories, so I'm going to use that, and I have some photos of my daughter in the morning before we walked to the bus. Because this photo has a lot of green and it's like a dark green, I thought I would maybe add just a little bit of a book page behind it, just to kind of separate the two and lighten that up a bit. So I'll just trim that to size, kind of. Okay. Now, because the rest of the photos go with this one, and this is the card that's going to have my journaling, I'm putting it on the left side. I do that because, now pretend this isn't upside down. If I would put it on this side, and then here I would have another photo and another photo, this journaling's way on its own. And if I put it in between photos from the same event, then it kind of goes with all of them, if that makes sense. So that's the reason from that. And so that also affected my placement here, because I would not want a large or a 3x4 photo here, a 3x4 photo here, and then a little feather and some journaling. That just doesn't seem balanced to me. So when I decided on doing this, to have the journaling in between the photos, that made me not have a photo here and have that feather here. It seems more balanced to me. So I'm going to add this Amy Tan flower cluster. I'm just going to try to tuck it in there a little bit. And then I could easily just journal on this with a white pen. But I think I'm just going to stick this tag on here instead. And then I will just add my journaling on there. And I think I'm just going to do a quick title. So I'll just trim this off. So I pulled the Simple Stories alphabets out, and I'm pretty sure I want to go with the yellow, just because it ties in the yellows that I'm already using. So I'm just going to, I just have a little bit of room because I do want to do journaling, so I'm going to go abbreviated, and I'm just going to pick the abbreviated version of grade. So I'm just going to use an upside down 6 for a 9. Okay, and that will be my title. Okay, and then I will just add my journaling underneath. Back up here, I think I'm going to add one of these arrows from the cut and paste Amy Tangerine collection, just to do the whole up thing again. And I think I'm going to do this red one to bring in some of the other red. Okay, that looks good. I like that. Okay, moving on. Okay, I have 2 more school photos. So now you can see how we go school and we go birthday, and then just something to keep in mind if you have multiple photos from a single event, just to keep them kind of in one place. or somewhat connected at least. So what I gathered for this next photo was, again, I have a 9, I have a chalkboard sticker from my mind's eye, the chalk line, and again it's stuck on a piece of copy paper, so I'm not committed to putting it anywhere. And then I have a cursive R from, I'm thinking it's Maggie Holmes' ephemera, and then I have an apple clip from Webster Pages, so all kind of school number related. So I'm going to see if I can layer some of these so that they don't take up so much space on my photo. And again, I'm going to be filling in this little negative space. So what's bothering me now, and what I might change when I come back with my finished layout, I may have removed this grade 9. I may try to use a different title because I do have a 9 here already. So if you see that different at the end, that's what happened. It just bugged me a little bit too much, but I'm not going to go ahead and do that on the video. Okay, so we're just going to layer these behind each other. The R has no reference to anything other than the fact that it is just a cursive school item. It doesn't stand for anything. Okay, so I'm going to have a problem with this apple sticking up. The photos on this side can have taller items because the opening for the pocket is on this side. This is going to be on the back. So what I might do is just switch these two around. I could cut a, yeah, I think we'll do that. I could cut a slit in that side, but I don't think I'm going to bother with that. So on this one, I've typed my journaling on a small tag, and I have, again, I mentioned the Simple Stories, this new Smarty Pants line, which I love and could use on everything because I homeschool and so much of my everyday is around school stuff. But it came with this little brad that was pedestrian crossing. And we don't have that living where we do, but I thought it was really cute and would work well with the photo of my husband walking her to the end of the driveway. So I'm just going to make a hole. I probably will take this out and sew behind there, but I'll just put it in for now, maybe. It's not working out too well, so maybe not. Okay. Yeah, so probably what I'll do is I will sew here and then I'll just put that back. Okay, and that one's done, and one left, which is going to be very similar to this one. It will have a little spot for journaling. I brought out just a little tag or a little label sticker from October Afternoon, and I'm just going to put it in the corner. And it doesn't have a color that really goes with anything other than the kind of tones in this photo. That'll be alright. So I will journal in that, and I'm just going to look everything over. Like I said, I probably will change this, and I have to stick this down onto a 4x6 something just to keep it not shifty. But I'm going to do my sewing and add my journaling, and then I'll be back with the finished page. Okay, so I went ahead and I did all of my sewing, and I pulled back some of my embellishments a little bit for added depth. I did change my title, so I changed it to First Day so that the 9 doesn't compete with that. And I've dated everything, and I've added a Studio Calico star, a basic gray star, and then a few little enamel dots from my mind's eye. So there you have it for this week. Again, my challenge for you is to take something, a themed item, so either airplanes or something like that, and make it work for something not themed, as in this case, or take an item a generic item and make it work for a theme, which is the case with this party banner. Either way is good with me. But I look forward to seeing how you take the challenge on the forums and the galleries, and thanks for watching.